Viewing this presentation is your first step toward unprecedented vehicle safety, strength, and stability, as well as enormous savings in maintenance and repair.
Since I installed the Roadmaster, it's been a phenomenal piece of equipment. The sway in the vehicle is virtually eliminated. When under load, it doesn't squat anymore.
With Roadmaster, it takes the bounce away. I'm in control and it makes me feel safer.
With the Roadmaster system, it gives my van the stability it needs to haul these heavy loads.
Join the hundreds of thousands of satisfied owners worldwide that have discovered why Roadmaster is rapidly becoming the driving force behind better vehicle control with maximum load capacity. This revolutionary product works by holding your rear leaf springs in their original boat position, so the system will absorb the load rather than resist it, giving you a smooth, unhardened ride with or without a load. It's simple physics and sound automotive technology. Here's Roadmaster in action. Both trucks are loaded with 2,200 pounds and are traveling at 35 miles per hour. On the left, the truck is clearly out of control. On the right, the truck with the Roadmaster Active Suspension smoothly maneuvers safely through the cones. This means less wear and tear on the tires and the entire suspension system, and that saves you money. Drivers of all kinds are discovering the value and importance of the Roadmaster Active Suspension, including the pros like NASCAR Truck Series driver Dennis Setzer.
Hi, the Roadmaster Active Suspension System is definitely a positive on this truck. It's much more stable through the slaloms, and I think the safety is a great improvement.
The television program My Classic Car was so impressed with a Roadmaster Active Suspension kit that they featured it on their show.
You know, Dennis, it's a great little display to show off the suspension system.
Oh, I love this. This is a wonderful setup.
Absolutely. Now, you guys and gals out there, you're buying a pickup truck. You need that truck to work with during the week, but on the weekends you play. You go to swap meets, you go to car shows, you haul your car trailer. Well, it's a half-ton truck, short wheelbase. We know the ones they buy. That's right, flare side, short bed. You look good in it, but it's suspended to drive nice and cushy like a car. It's a half-ton truck, but what happens when you put 1,000 pounds in the back of it?
Well, it'll take it. I mean, it's rated to 1,000 pounds, so it'll carry that. But boy, you put that in there and you know it. The back sits down, doesn't handle in the corners very well, wallows through them, sways a lot. Well, we got a fix for that. It's the Roadmaster Active Suspension System.
And here it is right here. It's available for leaf spring vehicles where they have a real leaf spring. Now look at this display. This would be your axle tube. These are the spring shackles that retain the leaf spring. Of course, this is your leaf spring. Roadmaster clips over here. It has its spring and this tab which bolts underneath this plate.
Yeah, this is also my kind of system here. Requires no drilling, no welding. It just clips on, and then once it's on, it actually is retained there by its own tension.
Right, you don't have to modify anything, and you can see right here, we've got 2 pivot points, so it's constantly self-aligning with the spring, works in conjunction with and reduces shock to your spring. In fact, when the truck's empty, this will reduce wheel hop, it'll reduce axle wrap, and actually make the vehicle ride better when it's empty.
That's right, and you can always, beef up your load handling capability with heavier springs, but boy, you take the load out, and that truck's going to beat you up. It'll shake your fillings loose. Now, this system isn't really made to increase your load handling capability, but boy, it'll handle the load it's rated to much, much better with it on.
Absolutely. You put this in a sport utility, and I'll tell you what, you will get rid of all of the body sway and roll when you're going down those exit ramps or on a real windy day. Makes a big difference. Now, this is half-ton and three-quarter-ton in sport utility right here, and these are the big boys, the 1-tons.
Oh, yeah, I love those things.
The story behind the amazing Roadmaster Active Suspension System is simple.
Really, it's a story about stability and vehicle dynamics.
Absolutely, absolutely. You increase the stability, you increase the safety.
All right, now let's talk about that in terms of how a suspension actually works. I'm going around a corner, I'm turning the car right. The car wants to lean left. That means I'm actually picking up a wheel.
That's correct.
These loosely sprung deals, we can actually lose control that way. Now, actually, how does this help me in that situation?
Okay, Tom, the force of the turn flattens your leaf spring. Our unit grabs that and pulls it back so that you're actually got the load-absorbing action of the spring holding your leaf spring in an arch, which keeps you on a level ride. You're cornered more smoothly. You don't get that dip and sway.
Well, I'm conscious of the fact that when you do shackle up the rear leaf springs and the thing, it's going to change the ride, make the ride rougher. Now, what about your unit?
Our unit actually is going to improve the ride. It's going to absorb load, it's going to absorb bounce. It's a perfect synergy between the two systems. We introduce a coil spring to the leaf spring suspension. We keep the dynamics of the leaf spring, but by having the load-absorbing coil spring action, you actually smooth the whole system out.
Roadmaster Active Suspension means better vehicle control for vans, trucks, and SUVs. The Roadmaster Active Suspension Kit is the most important addition you'll ever make to your vehicle. But it doesn't take a pro to install it. Once it's out of the box, you're just minutes away from better hauling, improved handling, and a smoother, safer ride. The Roadmaster Active Suspension Kit is simply the best money can buy. The Roadmaster Active Suspension Kit improves your vehicle's performance beyond all expectations. It's everything you need in safety, strength, stability, control, and savings. Roadmaster Active Suspension. It's not just an accessory, it's a necessity.
Roadmaster, it really does what they say it'll do.
The vehicles used in this video do not in any way reflect any one particular make or model of vehicle. They were used to illustrate the typical handling ability of a vehicle equipped with a rear leaf suspension.